All right.
Oh,
Well, we did Scylla.
yep, that was the Scylla.
Anything you really want to say about it before I hop into the recap?
Um, yeah. Uh, I don't. At least in the song progression, it's not like specifically told whether or not Eurylochus knows that they're going into the lair of Scylla or not. But like as like ship lore, he knew exactly what to do. So to light six torches like that must have been some kind of inside knowledge he had previously that know that that's how you would draw or make a trade or the layer of Scylla had a price, which he stated.
It's it's kind of dicey because I can easily see a world where Eurylochus only knows Scylla as a story told on the boat or during voyages, and it wouldn't immediately pop into his mind that they're literally going there. And you sort of see a little bit of that back on the Wind Island
On
when
Aeolus.
yeah when Odysseus is like
This
this
is
is
the
the
island of the wind gods, and he's
and
like, no, it can't be.
Eurylochus
He's
is
just
like, you
like,
don't know that for sure,
yeah,
and it's like Eurylochus is naturally a skeptic.
okay,
And so, I mean, maybe after the fact, he might, if he was conscious of mind, he might be able to put the pieces together.
yeah.
But
Like, but that's to say if he
yeah,
remembered the story of Scylla, right?
right,
And then
yeah,
having six torches, but because Odysseus knew immediately there was a price for that,
yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, also though, Odysseus is a king. He's probably a little more well educated than most people around the ship. Um,
then he should have been more capable of handling them Cyclopes. The Cyclops should
right.
have died.
Um, but on this one, I go on an even bigger tangent about the shadow and things.
A little bit.
I don't know. It's really cool to me. But essentially, what you get in the beginning of this song is that Eurylochus admits to opening the wind bag.
Yep.
And then Odysseus doesn't even say anything about that. He just immediately says, light up six torches. And then he doesn't even tell Eurylochus to not be holding a torch.
Yeah. So
So,
it's like either 50-50. Like Eurylochus had to know there was something fishy going on here, or
yeah.
like he randomly gave out a torch, not knowing that he could have been even holding the
Yeah.
torch himself.
And,
Right?
and this is the fundamental difference between dominating your shadow and integrating your shadow. Because Odysseus doesn't want to acknowledge the bad and the negative. He just wants to control it, which is why he wants to be the monster. But what happens when you do that is that your shadow manifests itself unconsciously. It opens the wind bag when you're not in full control, and sometimes you do self-destructive things, and you attempt to hurt people you don't want to hurt or hurt yourself because you're lashing out without even realizing it. And that's kind of what you see Odysseus doing here. He tells Eurylochus to light up six torches, and two things. He does not tell Eurylochus himself to not be holding a torch.
Yep.
Secondly, though, he forces the decision of who's going to die onto
Yeah, this
Eurylochus.
could have been his best boys he walked up to and gave
Yeah.
torches to. You know,
And
you
it's
never know.
almost cowardly, right? Because Odysseus is knowing he's going to have to sacrifice six
And he
people in
doesn't want to
here,
make the decision
but he makes
himself, right?
Eurylochus be the one who
Who
decides.
delivers the
And
death? You know,
yeah,
who's he delivered all of it.
and that's a worse betrayal than just sacrificing part of his crew, in my opinion. Like the personal betrayal of Eurylochus, making him make that hard decision without even telling him what decision he was making, is it's one of those betrayals that cuts very deeply.
Well, that's what I'm saying 50-50, like as the knowledge of your second mate. Like you'd figure your second mate in command would know what direction you're sailing to and why.
I
But that's
think
why you also
I think
say in the very beginning,
narratively it's
it's
just
like, why are you
stronger
quiet
that he
today? You
doesn't
know?
know.
Yeah, well, it makes more sense because you said, "Yo, you're quiet today. I don't really know why we're sailing this direction, but we're getting away from
Yeah,
Poseidon. Yay, thanks, boss." And
yeah,
then next thing you know, you're lighting up torches.
yeah. The only other thing we said in that we went a little bit into the myths or not the myths, the history of Greece, but we also what was it? I'm suddenly forgetting. I'm blanking.
It was a bunch of history about the city establishments.
Yeah, there was something before that though. Um, Oh yeah, we mentioned that the Eurylochus, or not the
We did.
Odysseus we have in this song is a fundamentally different character than the Odysseus at the
Oh
beginning.
yeah, like if he had
Yeah,
gone basically back to the Cyclopses originally as this Odysseus versus
yeah.
the previous Odysseus,
And that's
like
just
how much
good
he would have
character
slayed.
writing. Like look at any good movie story you like, and by the third act, but near the end, the character you should be able to tell that the character would make different choices by that point than they made at the beginning of the movie or story.
Yeah,
So it's just a note of good writing you'll see in a lot of things, and it's really good here.
yeah. But anyway, that'll wrap this song up, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yes.